I feared for many years that this day will come once, you know. Now, if you got in disagreement on social media like Smite Reddit, you literally have chances to be banned in-game too. The core message of this is good, right? We are fighting for harassment, right? We are fighting for community to be more civil, but deep down, this actually makes a platform for people to abuse this, right? And this is why companies should never do this. I feared for many years that this day will come. We had moderation issues on Smite Reddit for like last 7 years since we got the new mods, right? People literally got shadow banned on Smite Reddit for talking about Arena Ranked, right? And now you can actually also get banned in-game, right? And this is why this game and community is just going downhill, right? And Harris apparently learned nothing from DM Brandon's situation. DM Brandon was the biggest content creator for Smite. He had over 100,000 subscribers. His job, his life was literally to make content for Smite.
Remember, B doesn't mean bad. B means generally this character requires specific comps or comps against him. Seth's current issue is that you can't build him safely. His best build involves items like Glad Shield and Soul Eater, excuse me. He requires healing to be good. And so many people are building anti-heal just because the anti-heal items are good. Flat penetration is very valuable.
And then Smite Olympian, a community representative, and a Smite YouTuber who were actually boyfriend and girlfriend all along, made up a lot of stories about Brandon, right? And this is how they destroyed his career, with social media manipulation and abusing, you know, this is the problem. This is the same thing as coronavirus, right? It's a good way how you can actually divide people. This has so much potential for so much toxicity, actually. People can literally mass report you if you don't have a generally accepted opinion. And this has been an issue on Smite Reddit for years. Only reason why this place is still alive is because of newcomers, right? But the only thing that is actually allowed here is art and newcomer questions. Everything else get deleted here, right? All complaints, all memes, everything gets deleted, and we have 6 Smite subreddits instead of 1 with flares, right? And now they're also gonna, these moderators will have option to actually ban people in game. This is so bad. This is so bad. Harris should never do that. Didn't we learn nothing from DM Brandon's situation? There is so much potential for toxicity and people abusing this against someone who they don't like, and this is the biggest issue with this. There was people careers have been destroyed over such things. I mean, everybody cares about you know, having a nice environment and not you know, but this has so much potential for abuse, and Harris should never even do this, right? Now people in power, now people can just make up things about someone. Oh, this guy harassed me or whatever, and they can literally ban you in game. This is so bad. Harris, instead of fixing the game, right? Instead of adding old fun game modes back into the weekend, into rotation, instead of adding ranked leaderboard rewards, a new map for arena, instead of actually fixing divided communities and fixing Smite Reddit, they do things like that, right? This is actually so bad. And if you want to actually understand why this is so bad, right? We need to understand the DM Brandon situation, what actually happened. In just 2 days, a guy career and love for the game was taken away by a Smite Olympian. You know, Smite community representatives are the ones who are supposed to bring the community together, right? But no, Smite Olympian, Smiten, was a girl who actually made up accusations about a guy, right? About DM Brandon. And there was also a Frost YouTuber who make like 5 videos
Welcome.
about DM Brandon. There was a Frost YouTuber, the other Frost, right, who made 5 videos about DM Brandon, and they got like 500,000 views, right? And the whole promise, this happened when the anti-harassment movements were really popular, right? People made up stories about Brandon, how he was supposed to sexually harass a woman, right? And they literally destroyed his career, but nobody told you that the other Frost literally hated Brandon because he was actually fired. I think he was even working for DM Brandon with some things, and then he got fired, right? And Brandon was a married man, and if we check Smite on Reddit, right? Smite on Reddit, Smite on Twitter, right? This girl, this is the girl who literally started this whole situation, and she literally posts nudes on her Twitter, right? And she was the one who actually said, DM Brandon sexually abused me, and they banned him in game, which also destroyed his career, his life. Literally his life. He was the most popular content creator. It was literally his career to make videos. And even on her profile, even to this day, you can literally see that the other Frost is literally her boyfriend. They destroyed Abdi and Brandon career together. Right? And people even to this day still think Brandon was a sexual abuser. They literally destroyed the man's career because they hate him. And this is going to repeat again. Everything is gonna repeat again, and now you can even get banned in game, right? This is so bad. I needed to rest right now, but I just saw this on Twitter, like Hires. I actually stopped caring about Hires. Like they had such a good games on their hands, but they never fixed it, right? And instead of making the game better, they're just buffing Gladiator Shield every expansion, right? And there's so many things I could talk about Smite potential and how much I love Smite, and you know, they literally learned nothing. Even to this day, they still didn't unban Brandon, right? They still didn't do that. They didn't take any responsibility. And if somebody's gonna abuse this again, guess what? They're not gonna take any responsibility again, right? Of course they're gonna. This is actually so bad. There is so much potential for abuse with this, right? People can literally report you. Report system never worked. Because there is so many fake red alarms, so many fake reports, people can literally report you for anything, right? And there is so many blamers in this game. 90% of people are gonna blame and they're gonna report you for literally no reason. And now, these Reddit mods who literally destroyed a Smite community. Smite Reddit used to have thousands of upvotes. But people get banned here on a weekly basis. And the only thing that's still allowed here is art and newcomer questions, right? Everything else get moderated, right? I literally get banned on site from mods here. I don't even need to do anything wrong, right? And now Harris is also gonna make those guys, those Smite Reddit mods who has been abusing this for years, who has been literally destroying and holding back Smite community, now they're also gonna give them option to ban people in game. I miss old Smite, when we actually have a nice community, when we actually have a competitive scene. Smite SPL is also just a big disgrace. It's literally same 15 people who gatekept everyone to get into Smite competitive scene because they're making so much money from Harris and YouTube, right? And the biggest issue with this is that on the surface, this seems like a very good deed, but there is so much potential for abuse here, right? What is... How can you I don't understand those posts from these girls again. I don't understand. Nobody knows you are a woman in game, so why would somebody even talk? A lot, you know. And this is the issue, right? This, a lot of, I'm not saying women, but a lot of people are abusing this. Smiten was literally a community representative, a Smite Olympian. And she literally made up stories about a guy to destroy his career. She was more toxic than Brandon ever was. And I also heard stories how she blackmails people with her nudes and so on, but I'm not for sure about that. I don't wanna spread this. And they always post these stories, they're always playing victim, right? But they're usually the one who are actually toxic, right? And Hyres is just getting manipulated like they got with D and Brandon. It's the same story again, right? Yeah, and this is actually a really good comment. As long as it doesn't go too far into censorship or genuine arguments, I'm all for it. People can genuinely be terrible, and there needs to be action done here, but people can also have different and not generally accepted opinions, and they still can get banned, and this is such a huge issue actually. And there are always people stop talking stupid in these comments, right? This has so much potential for abuse that... And Smite Reddit could be the most popular community for Smite fans. Even though this guy Smite is dying, right? Divided community, people have been, you know, moderators are holding this place back for years now, right? This place would literally be 10 times more popular if we would actually have no moderators. Because no memes, no community content like memes are allowed. You can only post them on our gang, and nobody even know that this is for memes, right? And as you can see, only art is allowed here. And only on Mondays we can actually post memes, right? And these moderators are probably thinking, well, we are doing a community a favor, but they have been holding this community back for years. And the game will die anyway, because Hyres has no innovation. You know, we have one of the best action combat, one of the best social system of all MOBA games on the market, and Hyres still didn't manage to do anything with it. We still don't have clan wars, we still don't have a fucking good looking arena map, ranked leaderboard and rewards for arena, we still don't have old fun game modes on weekends, right? The lack of initiative to play the game, mini chess, commendation reward, achievement points. Smite competitive scene is a disgrace for last 5 years. We literally have the same 15 people on Smite competitive scene. And even if you get masters, even if you get the highest rank in Smite ranked, doesn't really matter, because you will never be able to get on Smite SPL because it's so heavily gated by those people who make money, right? And not to even mention that if you actually wanna, you know, imagine playing a competitive MOBA and you are literally forced to play Conquest if you actually wanna be ranked player. There are so many fans who love Arena, and they never even got chance to prove themselves because Hyres cannot give them a basic ranked functionality. We have North America versus Europe players, where EU teams literally have to play with high ping on Smite competitive scene. We have console versus PC players. We have Arena versus Conquest players. Literally every Hyres game has divided ranked community. We have Arena versus Conquest players in Smite. We have Strikeout versus Domination players in the Rogue Company. We have Deathmatch versus Siege. In Paladins it's always the same story, right? And Hyres community representatives should be the one who bring the community together. Who make fun tournaments, Arena tournaments, Conquest tournaments, right? But no. Hyres should make separate EU and North America tournaments and let few best teams play it out in Atlanta for final reward. So you get viewers and sponsors from both continents, right? This game has so much potential. And if you call any of these mods out And it's not, it's literally just 2 mods here who are actually main mods. Everybody else is literally just for just to look here, right? It's I don't remember, I think it's Desperado or how is his name, not even sure anymore. You know, you cannot, this is such a, if you cannot have a healthy discussion with only one opinion. You need to have multiple opinions, and you need to have community content like memes who bring the discussion up, right? But if you just have this pointless art and just you know, newcomer questions, what is even the point? What is even the point? This place used to have thousands of upvotes on every post before those main 2 mods actually came here and destroyed this place, right? They need to remove all the moderators here, and there should be like a single high-res employee who literally you don't even need to moderate this place. It would literally better without mods. You just let people to upvote and downvote however they want, right? And post what they want. You can limit self-promotion posts like 1 per 3 days, for example, and you could and all you have to do is remove the non-smite related stuff. You know, spam and reels and such from Instagram and people that post those bots, you know. If you ban people just because they talk about ranked arena or because they discuss, you know, mods or whatever, then this is not community. It's literally just few people who hold the reins, right? If it's a few people who control everything, and we saw with this DM Brandon situation how much social media manipulation was there. The other Frost made 5 videos about him, and those videos got 500,000 views. But he was literally the boyfriend of the girl who actually started this whole thing. It was literally 2 people who started this. And then Smite moderators also, you know, not only were people disliking everybody who didn't immediately agree with this, but they also people also got removed and censorship, right? And the ironic thing is that Brandon was literally the one who made the other Frost career. The other Frost was working for Brandon, but then he got fired for some reason, and then they made a plan with those girls to actually destroy his career. And with fake sexual accusation, they destroyed a man love for the game and his career. Literally, they destroyed his life. Their lucky wreckful situation didn't repeat, right? And Brandon could, I'm not sure why Brandon not sued them, but it's very hard to prove that, right? I'm only few of the people who actually understand what actually went on, right? And I'll also have a picture somewhere about Brandon. You see? People literally don't even know what actually happened. This was the pinnacle of cancel culture. The Frost guy had it out for DM for literally so wrong. Every sign DM fired him. Everyone in the community know that. Apparently not. She made up an abuse story and people cancelled him for supposedly trying to kiss her, right? And DM was a damn near civil rights activist and was out in the street protesting against harassment and things like that. And he was literally a married man. And he still got cancelled for trying to kiss a girl. Because it was literally a meme to hate on him. He was the most popular content creator for Smite. And people were jealous, right? And now these days, only way how you can actually get views as a Smite content creator is that you get on Smite SPL, so people think you are one of the best, right? But in reality, it's literally so heavily gated, right? And Brandon makes so many videos, right? Let me show you Smite. If you type Smite, let's see, if you type Smite into channel, right? A lot of the guys who appear at the top are actually SPL boosted Smite YouTubers. Fine, okay. Weekend, Hadix, Eincon, all these guys made their careers by being on Smite SPL, right? And because people then think they're one of the best, but in reality, these guys just intentionally lack competition, because that brings them so much money from sponsors, hires, and YouTube, right? Just imagine you don't agree on Reddit about something and then you get banned in game. How bad is that? How bad is that? And the fact that Harris is even allowing this, even though, yeah, the original message here is good, right? They just wanna ban people who harass people, right? But this has so much potential for abuse. I'm not sure how Harris is not seeing that, right? If you have any information that you would like to pass along to our team directly, please reach our member of the community team. And Smite Olympians are the community team. But Smite Olympians lost all credibility because literally Smite Olympian girl was the one who with fake accusation destroyed a fellow Smite fan career. Brandon loved the game more than anybody. And they made up those stories up and destroyed his career. And even to these days, apparently, Harris learned nothing from it. They still owe him unban and apology for destroying a man's career, right? DM Brandon, it was his career to make content for Smite. And when they banned him in-game, and the worst thing is, when the company does something, the community follows, right? Nobody know. There was no proof, because it actually doesn't exist, but there is no proof of any bad doing. But when Harris banned him after 2 days of accusation, only 2 days, everybody, you know, then you make it look like that everything is already confirmed, but it was nothing confirmed. It was all just Twitter made up stories about the guy. It was because those girls, because it was literally a popular thing to do at that time. Those girls got countless and countless of followers if they made those up stories, because they were called the warriors, the queens, but the guy career who did nothing wrong was literally destroyed for years, right? Yeah, it's also my choice to play the game and love it. I have spent so many years. I have been playing Smite for 10 years, but I literally got nothing in return beside the videos I made about it. But that was my own effort. I played the arena game mode. I loved arena, but we didn't even have basic rank functionality. We loved the game so much, and Harris never cared about us. They never cared about us, right? And Smite is dying because the game is getting dumbed down, right? People have been asking for the same things for years, right? And even if you express this on Smite Reddit, if I say anything on Smite Reddit, I'm just gonna get banned, no matter what I do, because every time those mods are literally searching for posts. People have no idea how much manipulation you can do with social media when you have few mods. Right? People literally got banned because they were talking about the ranked arena. Imagine that, right? And ranked arena would bring so much more players. Like you literally just need to make a new map, a cool gladiator map, and add a rank leaderboard and rewards in the game. And that was already in the game. It used to be in the game, but because Harris, you know, that will divide the player base somehow, instead of bringing countless players in, right? And they have outdated MOBA mentality that only Conquest is competitive, and then look, the game is dying right now, right? And they removed a lot of hybrid items from the game, right? Because, I don't know, but they literally buffed Gladiator Shield, which is one of the best hybrid items in the game that should never even exist, right? Smite is GG. I'm literally done with Smite. The Harris don't appreciate us. They don't listen to our what we have been asking for years. all we get are bans and, you know, whatever, you know. People talking down on us. People, Harris doesn't understand that they're the one who set standards for the community. If we had ranked leaderboard for Arena, people would stop looking down on Arena players. It's literally all Harris' fault, because they have no backbone and they don't know how to manage the community. And this is one of the biggest reasons why the Smite is dying, because the community management is a disgrace. It's a joke. We have one of the most divided community in all gaming. And I'm not even saying too much, right? This is literally one of the biggest reasons why Harris games are dying. And I'm not sure if even Harris or Titanfall has any future, right? Smite is getting worse by the year. 7 years ago Smite was better, we had more fun game modes, we had ranked leaderboard for Arena, we had domination, Smite, Mario Kart. We have people who actually cared, Aliet, Brandon in the community. We actually had casters who actually understood the meta. Right now casters have no idea about the meta. And these days you don't even need to understand meta. You literally have the same 3 items in every fucking build. Right? Asi and Rage on Hunters. You have a Prophetic Cloak, Gladiator Shield, and maybe Stone of Binding on tanks, right? And Shogun, but most people don't even buy Shogun, even though it's the best aura in the game, right? Because in Smite you don't even need to build good. You just buy tanky and then you add Gladiator Shield in, right? And we have new bonus damage item with X and Tablet, and they also removed all the fun juke items. For me, one of the most fun thing about the Smite was all fun juking we could do, right? You have Winged Blade, you have Witchblade, you could juke anyone, but they remove Witchblade, they remove Boomba Mask from the game, right? They're removing fun items, like, but they are buffing Gladiator Shield, of course, why not, right? And if you are actually being real, if you actually say about this thing, people will literally tell you in the comments, why are you supporting sexual harassment, right? People only see people get manipulated so easily, and people and things like, for example, this seems very good on the surface, but it has so much for potential for abuse, and we're gonna have the same DM Brandon situation repeat many times more. And from all the abuse that's been going on Smite Reddit, right? People getting banned just for talking about Arena ranked. Those Smite moderators are literally the only way why this place is still alive is because of the newcomers, right? If this place would have one Smite subreddit instead of 6 with flares, if we would have memes every day that actually promote discussion, but no, we just have art and we have newcomer questions these days, because this is the only thing that is not being moderated here, right? Smite Reddit could be the biggest community for Smite, but no, it hasn't been. For the last 5 years, it has been dying, just like Smite itself. And it will continue to die, because Harris, they have no innovation, just like Japanese studios, they have no innovation, they still only care about Conquest, even though Arena would be easily the most popular game mode if Harris would actually give us a good looking Arena map, ranked leaderboard and rewards. That should be the game for like 5 years now, and that won't divide the community, it will bring back so many more people. But you cannot, like, and the only time Harris actually say it, I never heard, but Smite Harris never community, they never listen to us, right? But when this they are, oh man, yeah, imagine getting banned on Smite because you like have different opinion on Smite Reddit. Imagine. Did you learn nothing from DM Brandon situation? But the thing is, most people don't really understand DM Brandon's situation because everybody's so goddamn manipulated. Even Harris to these days, they still don't know the truth. They still don't know that Smite and Frost actually manipulated them to actually ban the guy who did nothing wrong, right? And he loved the game more than anybody. As a fellow gamer, this hurts so much, right? Imagine you love something so much and then people destroy everything with lies, right? And all this could be avoided if Harris will have some backbone. If will they actually ask for proof or something. But these days you can even fake proof, right? You can with voice AI, with deep web. I think you can fake everything. Voice, looks, everything is you know. I really wanted to make video about this because I don't know. It's actually not worth it. Like, I have been loving Smite for community for so long. I did my job. I bring many people to the game, right? I was trying to light up that competitive spirit. I was fighting for arena players who got left behind. But Hi-Res or Titanforge clearly don't care about the important issues in our community. They never really did, right? And guys like me are not hurt because guys like me who actually talk about issues usually get banned, you know. Moderation was never just to fight toxicity. Moderation is a tool they use to hide the truth, right? People that talk the truth are usually the one who get banned, right? This has so much potential for abuse, it's insane. Hi-Res clearly learned nothing from DM Brandon situation and they still owe him unban. They destroyed a man career and still didn't take a single shred of DM.